This is an example of an excellent group presentation. It's used here with permission because it includes some live examples from students, but it is now being updated for an online class. So in this, you would put your name here and then your recording here. And in this recording, you just go over conversationally the material that you have here. And you might want to gear yourself in that video towards your intended audience. So if you're talking to a future class, go ahead and talk to a future class. If you would rather sort of reflect with our audience here about the text that you're choosing, you can do that as well. This is entirely up to you how you think this would best be useful. So here we have the book Spark. Now Spark also has a wonderful author's page with teacher's guide and a coloring page and stuff. You can definitely utilize those resources, but those cannot be your answers for this. So if you utilize it, put in, some of this material started with the teacher's guide to Spark and then is being enhanced here. So for example, after you give the catch and the summary, and yes, this summary was just copied from there because I'm the professor and I get to cheat on the assignment. Then the students came up with their own discussion questions. And the reason they hadn't posted written summaries is they were just saying them in class when this was live. But now we're changing this. But here's a way that you could build on something that was already provided. So this is a coloring sheet clearly from the website, because I could never make you a coloring sheet. And a coloring sheet is not an activity. A coloring sheet, though, is really fun for a lot of kids and can draw them in. And so you can make it part of a larger activity. You could say, okay, you're going to color this in. And then we're going to have a class discussion about why lizards and reptiles have different colors and their scales and what these things can mean. And it's part of a larger unit about real reptiles in the real world. Or you could use this coloring sheet as the starting point for a creative assignment with the students, where they have to write about something that Spark does the next day after the book ends. Like, how would his story continue? And just have them sort of free write and begin with drawing a picture, because pictures are great ways to start writing ideas with kids. So that's one of the things you could do. You can also come up with this all on your own, like this really great one, which took the theme of patience from the book and then has a science experiment that involves waiting and time and that idea of patience. There's also creative ones like making a dragon snout. And what could this be? This could lead to a really loud class reading, but it could also lead to a more engaged sort of sense of theater during a class reading. And so, especially if you have a class that's more reserved and you're trying to bring them out and get them a little more engaged, this might be just the way to do it. Finally, here's a point where you could put down any sort of controversies or, hey, be aware that this is currently banned in this county or something. And here's the link for that. You don't need to go into it. You don't need to describe it. But having that there is really useful information for the rest of the class. Like, oh, I didn't know this is banned in that county. I should look into it. So also notice how the group has broken it into elementary, middle, and then middle and high school student readings. That's everything. That means it hits all of the criteria for the class. This is what you need to do. So, for the assignment, this is what you need to do. So, this is an excellent group presentation example. And I look forward to seeing what you all do. If anyone wants to have group project conferences with me, where a few of you meet with me and I can answer questions, I'm so happy to do that. Just reach out to me. We'll set it up. We'll figure out something that works. We're on this journey together. See you all.